All right. Today is a day where there should be some explaining, some response, some reactions, and I think we're going to try to get all of that today. For those of you who don't know, this past weekend was absolutely insanity. It actually started earlier last week on Thursday, where I would receive some pretty troubling news that Danny was super unhappy with me. Let's just go ahead and say that. There was some kicking the bobos on Twitch that we did where I was basically addressing everything that was going on and everything that had taken place. And without question, I definitely said too much. The only way that I can explain that part of it is Thursday morning. I woke up, I received some very, very troubling news, to say the least, that things were not good between Danny and I. Danny was mad at me. And then, acting on pure emotion, I would go do the bobo, I would talk about everything. And then, after doing the bobo, I would actually call Danny, which I probably should have done first. I probably should have just called him first before doing the bobo, but that's just not the way that it happened. I would end up calling him afterwards. And I would also end up recording that conversation that I had between him and I. There were a number of reasons why I recorded that conversation. I'm not going to go into any details about that, but that's what I did. Never did anything with that phone call. I said that I was, but I never did. The next day, which would be Friday, I would end up addressing more on the bobo, which is basically everything that I've just told you guys right here, how I recorded that phone call, whatever. The weekend would come about, and mind you, when the weekend came about, I had already spoken to Danny, I think once or twice since recording that phone call. And the reason that phone call was so heated, to say the least, is because Danny wanted me to remove all of his videos from YouTube. There was a lot to that. Danny wanted his privacy respected. He wanted to be done with YouTube. He was tired of seeing his face all over the internet. He was tired of people coming up to him in public. Mind you, this is a guy who doesn't deal with social situations all that well. Having these videos up here was only adding more complications to that situation, and that's the way that Danny felt. It was a month or so ago where Danny sent me a text message asking me to remove all of those videos. I never responded to that text message because I didn't know what to do. Should I have just gone ahead and removed all of the videos? Well, I didn't do that. I felt like Danny would change his mind. Maybe he was just dealing with something right then and there. And those videos chronicled so much that After Prison Show did, so much of Danny's story. Of course, I didn't want to remove those videos. Now, there's been a lot of talk of people saying, oh, that's because Joe's been making so much money off of these videos. And I'm not talking about what Danny's been saying. I'm talking about what other people have been saying. And what I can't stand is when people talk about shit that they don't understand. Yes, I made money off of those videos. I make money off of all of the videos that we do with After Prison Show. And I try to play as fair as I possibly can with the money that we make from these videos. This is a business, After Prison Show is. And there's people that I employ and people that I pay. Danny was working with After Prison Show pretty much full time, and I was paying him for that. You guys actually saw me hand Danny envelopes in videos. And the reason that I showcased that is to showcase that I was paying my way. I pay Cody. I've paid Dave, I've paid Rabbit, I've paid anybody who's done videos with After Prison Show. Pretty much everybody. Maybe not everybody. But the God's honest truth is those videos haven't performed in so long. After Prison Show is in a slump right now. Our videos ain't really doing shit. You guys see the views that we get on videos. They're not really performing all that much. And you got to imagine, if videos aren't performing, then we're not making that much money. Yes, I was still making money from those videos. No, I was not continuously giving money to Danny in the terms of like royalties. But again, people have said that Joe's made all of this money because of Danny. I've made all of this money because of After Prison Show entirely. Because we've got 700 plus videos on YouTube. It's like having penny stocks. You make a little bit from every single video that you do, and we're talking about a very little bit. Sometimes that adds up to be a lot. Sometimes that doesn't add up to be all that much. That's just keeping it 1,000 with you. Everything that I've told you about thus far is a lot of what's been going on behind the scenes. Some of you know because you saw those bobos that I've since removed, because I realized that I acted in pure T emotion, you know, talking about those things, especially on a damn live stream. And I take quite a bit of the responsibility, if not all of the responsibility, for the fact that there have been some issues between Danny and I. Danny doesn't have an issue with anybody with the After Prison Show. He is so grateful for all of the people who have supported him and to have helped him live such an amazing life after prison. His issue at times, because this hasn't been the first time, you know, there's been a couple of times where me and Danny have literally had it out. The things that you guys never knew. And ultimately, we've always been able to work through those issues. It's like having a really good friend. Sometimes you're going to argue with that friend. Sometimes that argument can get very, very, very heated. And this time in particular, it most certainly did. I knew that today being Monday, with so much that has happened over the weekend, so many people trying to add to this situation. Oh man. I swear to God, sometimes people just prey on your downfall. I knew with this situation, it was going to have to get addressed. It was going to have to get mentioned, talked about, some kind of way responded to. Today, that is exactly what we're going to do. So today, we're going to do things completely different. We're not going to do this just me in front of the camera, just talking about a situation. I don't feel like that's the right way to do this at all. And I'm going to try to do this the best possible way that I can. I want to say that I accept responsibility in this situation for a number of reasons. I reacted pure T on emotion doing the live stream that I did, where I put out probably too much, and also in an emotional type of a way. Should have never done that, but I can't undo that. I accept full responsibility for that. I accept the responsibility of also not taking down the videos when Danny first asked me to do so. I didn't know how to do that. And it wasn't because of the money. Okay, let me say that first and foremost. That's got nothing to do with the situation. What's got everything to do with the situation is, had I done that, had I taken down all of the videos, people would have been like, Joe, what the hell is going on? Where did all of Danny's videos go? Like, I wasn't ready to have that conversation. Unfortunately, at this point, I've got no choice but to have that conversation, and it's something that all of you deserve to know about and to also hear. I also did, as some people like to refer to, as some dry snitching. And what dry snitching is let me explain this. Dry snitching is talking about a situation to nobody of any kind. Dry snitching is talking about a situation that you shouldn't be talking about, because it could have quite an adverse effect. It could definitely lead to some trouble. I did that. I did that by addressing situations on the Bobo, on the live stream, that I should have never done. I also did that by recording the conversation that I had with Danny. But I admit all of that, okay? I didn't do so on purpose, even though I did so. I did so completely running on emotion. This situation got very crazy very fast, and it just happened. That's what I did. I dry snitched. But I didn't make no YouTube video about the situation. I didn't, you know, I even deleted the Bobos. A little too late, because videos ended up getting made saying that I was dry snitching. But I did what I did. Adding fuel to the fire, yeasting the situation up, gossiping about the situation, that ain't helping at all. And I mean, technically, that's dry snitching too, if you want to be honest about it. I can't be mad at that though, okay? I can't be mad at that, because we've done that in the past as well. We've most certainly gossiped about Tekashi and extra hot dog tray type of people, and Bill Cosby and R. Kelly's. We have done our fair share of clout chasing / gossiping, which I'll still continue to do. So I'm not mad at it, but I am addressing that part of the situation. I want to respond to this situation in the best possible way that I can today. I don't just want to offer my side of this situation. I want both parties to be heard in this. And I feel like it's only right to do the most transparent thing, to keep it 100, and that is to be able to get Danny's side of the story. So that's what we're going to do. And mind you, all of these things that I've shared with you here today are things that Danny is going to know about as well.
Hey, what's happening, Joe?
What's going on, buddy? Hey.
Excuse the house,
Well, look at this place, man. We ain't seen this place in a long time, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is probably something that definitely needed to happen, Danny. Me and you sitting down and talking. It's been a long time since I've last seen you. It's been a long time since, you know,
2 or 3 months.
Yeah, it's been a long time, and a lot of things have been going on with you. And the last video that we did with you was you taking a break.
I almost got fired. Remember that?
You almost got fired from the job. We went and saw Danny on the job, and yeah.
It wasn't even his fault. I just, not my boss, but the guy he's contracting. He's just a piece of work.
Well, I do want to address quite a bit of stuff that definitely needs to get addressed. And there has been a lot that's been going on, and I didn't do myself or us any favors addressing certain things. Not everything is needed to be talked about, I guess. You know, so the best thing that I need to tell you is starting last Thursday, me and you would end up in a pretty heated argument. You were mad at me. You had every reason to be mad at me. And I would react to that in a way that I should have never reacted to that, on purity emotion, where I went and did a live stream and talked about a lot of things that didn't need to be talked about. It took me like 2 days to realize that what I did was absolutely wrong. I should have never acted on purity emotion. And it took me 2 days to realize I needed to take those live streams down, which I would end up doing. But in those 2 days, quite a few people ended up seeing this. Probably like 2,000 people ended up seeing this live stream, hearing me talk about the situation between you and I. And people would even go as far as to say that I was dry snitching on you by addressing the situation. And you know what? I admit, not thinking about it at the time, that was what I was doing. Should have never done that. I was completely wrong for doing that. People talking about it certainly didn't help the situation out at all. And I also did something else that wasn't right either. And that was, after I did the live stream on Thursday, I would end up calling you. And you were still really mad at me. And I recorded that phone call with one of these cameras. But I never did nothing with that phone call. I don't even know why I recorded that. Actually, I do know why. I recorded that just so I could have that for me. And that's all I want to say about that. I said that I was going to put it on a certain website, which wasn't YouTube. It was a different website that we have, a website called Patreon. Never did anything with that. And I've actually brought the file where that was filmed with one of these memory cards so that we can delete that today. I made quite a bit of mistakes in relation to the argument that me and you were having. And I've done nothing but talk to you right now. I want to, if we can, talk about why you were mad at me.
Foremost, I want to just say hi to the viewers. It's been a while. Miss you guys. Thank you for keeping on. Joe's got a fabulous show for you guys. I guess I should start from the beginning. as you see here, see, I got married. It was in the makes. I kept it quiet. Joe helped me keep it quiet. I asked him. He respected that. The way I told Joe is this. I brought a certain part of my life and I shared it with you guys. And there's always a beginning and there's always an end. You know, I'm not saying this is an end, but sometimes there's a time for a timeout. We call it timeout. Certain events happen in people's life where I have to take a step back and reevaluate things and my goals and what's going on and the issues involved. My life is not simple, without question. It appears I'm doing good. I'm doing good, yes, but then no. Because there's a lot of things that I'm surrounded by and that I have to comply with or follow a certain route, or I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I have to walk a certain path.
You got to walk on eggshells.
Yes, pretty much. And he just hit the nail right on it, right on the button. And so it makes things difficult. And when other things pop up, also create problems. YouTube here has done good by me. I can't argue about that. Certain things popped up along the way, but we happened to, resolve it. For example, where I live at, certain things slipped out.
And don't let me cut you off right here, but I do want to throw something into this is what you're saying. Me and you have had some arguments in the past.
Yeah.
And what I relate that to is like having a brother or a best friend or a good friend. I don't even know if you even still consider me a good friend. I would hope that after today we can be that still. But we've had some bumps along the road and we've worked through those. The situation that would just recently take place, we're attempting to do that right now.
Yeah, and the reason why I'm saying all this because I want to give you guys a little understanding, the viewers, a little bit more. I decided to take a step back a little while from YouTube because I had just got married. I'm getting things situated. Social media is beautiful. It's something I'm not used to. I didn't want to. I was reluctant at first when I first met Joe. I said, well, okay, let's try it. Let's see what happens. And it went beautiful. And honestly, I've never met the viewers that do follow me and Joe and the rest of these guys. In particular, the shows that we do of me. I don't meet you people on the streets. I wish I did because if I did, the world would be beautiful. We got clowns who make side comments that they hide behind dresses and they hide behind doors and they got to make nasty comments because apparently they must be miserable. Those people I dismiss. Joe taught me to dismiss these people. Don't let it get to me. But what happens is this. I needed my privacy. I went to Joe. I asked him, I said, Joe, fall back on the videos for a little bit, please. Bop, bop, bop. I didn't get a response. When I didn't get a response, of course, me and being...
Well, if we can talk about this.
Okay.
Can we say you wanted me to remove the videos?
Right, exactly. No, I was going to get to that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was going to get to that. And so the reason why I wanted him to remove the videos is because the social media was causing a negative effect to my life and was causing a lot of commotion. And of course, being married and try to get situated. Basically it was my privacy. I really wanted my privacy and I still do. And so when I asked Joe, the videos didn't go down. So I felt a personal disrespect because, you gotta, even though that I shared what I shared with you guys and at that moment I don't regret it and I don't regret it now. There's a time I need my privacy. And if you know about privacy rights, people do have their privacy rights. You just can't come and snatch it up like that. And so that's what I asked him to do. And I'll let Joe continue from there.
It was a month ago, if I can remember correctly, or maybe a little bit less or a little bit longer. I received a text message from you asking me, you weren't mad or anything like that. You just said, would you take down all of the videos? I don't want to see myself on YouTube.
I appreciate it if you did, yeah.
I didn't respond to that. We hadn't spoken since the last time that we saw you, where you said you were taking a break.
Right, yeah.
When I received that message...
Probably about 5 months ago, maybe, roughly.
I don't think it was that long.
About
maybe
4, 3.
2, maybe 3.
It seems like a long time.
It does seem like a long time. When you sent me that message and asked me to take the videos down, I didn't respond. I didn't know what to say. I honestly, the first thought that came to my mind was, well, maybe he'll change his mind. And that was the wrong thing. If you asked me to take the videos down, I should have took the videos down. Now, there were people who said, since me taking the videos down, which I would end up doing after me and you had the falling out that we did, that I was making all of this money off of these videos that I did with you. And the honest to God's truth is, yes, for sure, I made money off of the videos that we did with you. I tried to play as fair as I possibly could during the time that we were doing all of the work together. I won't go any deeper into that. But it wasn't about the money, because I wasn't, throughout the time that we haven't been talking with you or doing videos with you, those videos haven't really been performing. Have they been making money? Yes, for sure. Have they been making tons of money? Absolutely not.
I know that one of my videos, one of the old ones, went very high, and it went up to 3.5 minutes. So you got a lot of viewers just on that one video. I didn't really scan the rest because, you know, it's not that it was a taboo for me to go look through it, but it's just that, like I said, I have a problem going back to memories, and so that's always been an issue. But I was able to share it the best way I can.
And you did a beautiful job sharing it, and we were super grateful that you shared it. I guess to continue where I was trying to go, it was never about the... No, you're fine, because I want to hear as much of your side of this. I want to give you every opportunity to talk just as much as I want to explain myself, because I feel like I'm the one that's got the explaining to do. It wasn't about the money at all. For me personally, it was about the experience, the story, the chapter of After Prison Show. What I consider you, Danny, is the most successful person that we've had on After Prison Show in terms of the amount of support that we gained from the APS Army. And not just in money. For sure, there was a lot of money that was involved in that situation, but people, oh my God, people just loved you, and they still love you. We had Hollywood reach out, even though they blew smoke up our ass. You know, there was a lot of things that were going on. There were like famous YouTubers who were hitting me up saying, hey, you know, I rock with this dude, Danny. Like, people rocked with you, and I never wanted to get rid of that chapter. Not only did I want to be able to keep that chapter going, I also knew that if I took those videos down, people were going to immediately jump right on it saying, what the hell happened to these videos? Oh my God, something's got to be going wrong. Now, I most certainly didn't help the situation by putting out there the fact that me and you had this heated argument that we did, and I was in my feelings, and I was feeling like just mad. I'll certainly say that. But ultimately, at the end of the day, your request was for me to take the videos down, and I should have respected that. I didn't. You would end up getting mad. And, you know, if you'll continue from there.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not the type of person, I don't call the popos or the police, or whatever you call them. I don't deal with the court system. I don't like it. Apparently, that's probably why I did a lot of time, because I took matters in my own hand. But I told Joe that I'm not dealing with this in a legal manner. I wanted him to take the video. If this is afterwards, I didn't get a response with him. Yeah, I got it very angry because I felt that my privacy was invaded, and he was invading my privacy. He wasn't respecting it. However, after a phone call, we talked. Joe actually ended up calming me down because he honored that request, and he did. He started removing them off of there as I requested. It took a minute. I guess a delay from a month and a half, a month. It really messed with me mentally. I'm not really good with
there was 30 plus videos up there. Cody removed 30 plus videos, and then there still ended up being, I think, 2, maybe 3 where you were featured in that I didn't remove.
You know, it's like I told Joe a while ago, this is not a complete walk away. It was not my intention. When I got mad because the videos didn't come out, it was a complete walk away. I don't feel that way now. All I need is a timeout. I need a timeout. I need to I need to put things, you know, like you said, I was a success story. Granted, I'm not back in prison. Success, yes, I succeeded because I'm out here and I haven't been to prison yet. or somebody having pissed me off and went off on them. But
I've pissed you off quite a few times, and you haven't gone back to prison.
Well,
so you're definitely learning. And I'm not saying that to be funny, Danny.
Well,
I'm saying that to be like, look.
Yeah, there's a difference between you, Joe, because I develop a relationship with you. So I would give you more the benefit of the doubt than I would give a complete stranger.
I appreciate
if it was a complete stranger, I know I've gotten better, but I would say there's probably a 60% chance I would have snapped on him. But with Joe, it's probably the slim chances of 3%, which is very little. It would have to be something drastic, but this here was really bothering me mentally, where I needed my privacy because it surrounded my relationship. It surrounded the business around me that I was trying to do
establish.
Something.
You wanted to go out, work for yourself.
The other day I went to the store, and the people that was working there was following me all around. But unfortunately, they're not male; they're females. So now I got 3 or 4 females following me all over the store. And that is the wrong thing for me at this moment, being
happily married
at this moment, to create any obstacles. It's not that the jealousy involved, it's just a respect. I come from an old tradition. You see, the way I was growing up is the male and the female married. I don't have a female friend, she don't have a male friend. It's just an old tradition. We respect one another. That's the way we chose to live. Other couples can be swingers, they can do anything they want. But with me, right now I'm trying to establish and get to know where I'm at, get to know my wife, she can get to know me, sit down, make plans, orchestrate them. But of course, there's another piece of my chapter that I just can't get rid of, and they're in the way.
And that is that everybody knows you now.
Yeah, the probation. And so,
you're talking about, okay. I thought it was the videos, but...
Yeah, well, no, the videos also plays a role in that. With all of them combined, it just makes it difficult. I'm like stuck here, and I can't move here, because if I move here, then I got this issue to deal with. If I move here, I got that issue, and they both just come hand in hand. And I got to be careful with this one and this one, because they haven't met yet. So you see, so I got a clash all around me, and I'm just trying to stay above the water. I'm doing the right thing according to the way I'm supposed to do it. That's why I'm doing good in aspect. But if I'm doing good emotionally, psychologically, no, I'm not. And that's the piece that I'm trying to find, if I can get my request done through you. And once I can lay the foundation and have, see, I'm on the, like you said, eggshells. I built the foundation, but yet it's not solid. And at any moment, any of the beams can go and the whole house can come down. So I'm trying to reinforce. That's what I'm doing. That's the right way to say it. Reinforce my grounding. So when I stand strong. And this time my wife, and then that's when I can come back. I can come back and I can give probably more than what I did before. And I gave you something today which nobody knew, but officially, yes, I am married.
You gave them a lot more than that, because officially nobody knew that this was going to happen either. Oh, yeah. I hinted around that today I was going to have to address this situation because, and I don't want to dwell too much on this.
Yeah. He wants to sit here and kind of vilify himself, and I don't think he should. I don't think he has to. I don't think he deserves it. I really don't think Joe deserves it. Believe it or not, he's a businessman, but in that heart, he has a heart. He has feelings for people, because if he didn't, he wouldn't help me out and a bunch of other people he tried before. I don't regret, really knowing him, Cody or Dave. In fact, I owe Dave an apology.
You found the book?
No. I told him to go. I told him something nasty on the phone. Because you know why? I thought he was ignoring me. I don't really call him much at all. So I call him and he tells me, "Can you text me?" He make me feel like I'm some type of crap.
Well, so was this recently?
No, this is about a month ago.
Well,
and then I told him to,
I don't know if it was a month ago, but he does got a new job where he can't be on his phone.
Oh.
So Dave's working a job now.
Oh, okay.
Rabbit's working a job now.
No, I heard about Rabbit.
So they're both out there doing different work, but one of Dave's things is he can't be on his phone. So that could have been it, but honestly, I don't know. Maybe he was asleep.
And like, I tell you, I hit pay dirt. I mean not pay dirt, but I hit the ground. I mean, I'll share a little something. my things that I'm doing now, it affected. I no longer get no assistance. Okay, I don't get no assistance, and even then, I'm limited to working. So, like I said, that's why I need to step back, recalculate everything, my financials. I got to do a lot of stuff, and I can make it happen, but I need the space.
Well,
And
what
I
if
need-
this?
and I
Let me
need
ask
that.
you this, and I'll just throw this out there. I know that you wanted your space and your privacy respected. That was the entire reason why you asked me to remove the videos. I finally ended up doing that after the heated argument. But, what if there is the possibility to get a job? It's going to be a job where they take the taxes out.
Yeah.
But, I mean, shit, Dave's working at a good company right now that pays really well. Rabbit's working at a good company that starts out really well. I mean, there are those options for you if you want those, or if you want to just continue to try to pursue the things that you're pursuing yourself.
Yeah.
And you don't even got to answer that. Just keep that in mind.
Right.
This doesn't have to be on a video, I guess was the ultimate point that I was making right there. And you know what? There's other things that I did wrong as well. God, I've already admitted to so much that in terms of how I handle.
But I kind of wish you stop vilifying yourself, because this is not really about that.
Well, this is
Yeah,
totally
yeah.
different though, Danny. And what I'm saying is when you asked for your privacy, the last video that me and you did, and I knew that it was because you had gotten married and you wanted to, like you said, shore up the foundation in your relationship. I should have still maintained the contact with you. And I didn't do that. And it's not because I didn't want to. It's not because we were done making videos. It was because, I don't know. I'm not even going to try to justify it. I should have at least been calling you often, like every couple of days. Hey, Danny, what's going on with your man out? I didn't do that. So that probably didn't help the situation is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, well, when I was working, I went from work back to home, and that's all I do. I don't have no social life really much, unless you guys call. I was content with that. It's better than the prison cell. It's better than isolation. So being able to turn on my TV, come to the door, cook whatever I want, that's my peace. Not partying. Yeah, I have my drinks here and there, but like I said, that's my social life. I don't have a social life. I really don't care much. And the only social life I did have is sharing it with you guys. And that was on YouTube. So I felt that I needed that time to step back and just preserve my privacy for that moment. It was not forever, and it's still not forever. But until I find my... once I achieve what I'm trying to do, and once I'm settled, it's a possibility. I'm thinking maybe relocation. I don't know yet. I know I'm leaving here, this building. But you already know why. But like I said, I'm not being evicted or nothing like that. Rent is still getting paid.
You're moving on to bigger and better things.
Yeah.
I want to pose this to you as well, Danny. The videos have been removed. If there ever comes a time where you're okay with putting those videos back up there, and maybe we can work something out, some kind of a way to where we can get the videos back up there. I'm not asking you to make a decision on this right now. The privacy is important to you, but just know if you're ever okay with that, we could do it. Just because the videos are down doesn't mean that the videos are gone forever. We've kept the videos. So if you're ever okay with it, I would just ask you to think about it. And like you mentioned, you're not gone forever, or potentially not gone forever.
No, I wasn't planning to go forever. It's just I needed time out. I don't know if some of you knows, and I'm sure most of you would know, everybody needs time out. Whether it's from a relationship, from a job, from doing anything in life. Sometimes something can be too much. And for example, this is what you do. And it'll probably take you another 20 years, 30 years, and maybe you get burned out.
Well, I hope I got that long.
Some guys, some people, they can do one thing for 6 months and burnt out. They don't want nothing to do with it. For some reason, I don't know why. It's just the feeling that overcomes. I'm not burnt out from the videos, but I just need a time out.
Well, you had a lot going on in your life too, and it was positive stuff. And I guess that added more gossip to the situation where we didn't ever address what it was. And people would assume, oh, maybe he's going back to prison.
Well, it was me. I asked Joe to keep my marriage and that quiet. So that was me. That was my decision. which I believe that's my right. That's my
Absolutely.
privacy. And Joe respected it. He did. And for that, I thank him, and I thank the crew for that. I did it because I just didn't want nobody to know yet. I wanted one day you guys come up and I got a beautiful home and I got a beautiful wife and introduce you to my wife on video. That was the plan, really. But I wanted to fall back and come back on a surprise. And that can still happen. That's what I'm working on. I'm working on to do that, to get that part established. The first thing is my priority is my marriage. Nothing more. I don't care, nothing, not saying I don't care about the views I do, but my priority is my marriage. And since I'm new at this, I'm learning a lot of things. That is my priorities, my marriage, my financials. And once I establish what I got established, and of course the paperwork on the other side with these other people, once I establish that and I get to a point, because I'm trying to get a goal with probation now. I'm trying to get to that point where the restrictions are almost off.
And you told me a little while ago that it's getting to that point.
It's getting to that point, but it's a lot of work and there's a lot of strain on my part. You know what I mean? And believe me, if people know, if they've been on paper, they know what I'm talking about. I'm sure you know because, yeah.
Well,
but you see, and so with everything combined, it takes a toll. And sometimes people need time out. I need time out. It's not forever. Like, I talked to Joe. I just needed those videos down. There was a reason for it, my privacy and other matters related with it. And I didn't get an answer. Yes, I got heated with him. And of course, he got heated with me. And so personally, I felt there was a disrespect. And I'm not really good with being disrespected, so. But as you see, we resolved it like we normally have in the past.
I come to you as a man.
I felt bad after I got heated with him because, I got very heated, and I felt bad because there's a part in my heart that likes him a lot, like a brother. That's how our relationship was with the crew. We had a good communication. It's true, our communication fell off for a while. So that kind of probably affected me because I kind of felt, I thought we were cool. I thought we were family. And all of a sudden, but I understand too, I'm married, he's married. And, we both got to attend to our wives in our homes and take care of that first. So, but the clincher was when I asked you to take the videos down, you didn't. And he didn't respond to me. That's what I felt. And so, but today we're here talking about it to address it to you guys because you got guys, like you said, guys making these crazy comments. They think they know everything. What was said about me, about that conversation on, what was it, on Twitter or whatever?
What do you mean?
The live stream, you said?
Oh, it was on Twitch.
Yeah, on Twitch. I don't know what was said.
I'm gonna go ahead and just address that elephant in the room right here.
Okay.
So that live stream, there were two of them. There was one that happened on Thursday morning, and there was one that happened on Friday morning. And the one that happened on Thursday morning was right after basically the heat began. Right. I'm in my emotions, and I'm basically, and I hate to say this, but I'm vilifying you. I'm like, this is crazy. This is how it all turns out. I wanted this to be the success story. Look at it now. But I was in my feelings, and I was talking mad. I was talking reckless, for sure. And I never took into account what I was actually doing. I'm just venting. I don't have a lot of people that I talk to. That was the wrong avenue to talk about things. And, people said, oh, Joe, you're dry snitching on Danny. Well, I didn't even realize that until, I had already taken those live streams down, and people were commenting afterwards because, they saw. And the one that I did on Friday was I was basically saying, I had a conversation with Danny. It didn't go so good. I recorded the conversation. I'm going to put that conversation on this website called Patreon where it's only exclusive people could see it. But I never did that. And in fact, when I got done with the live stream on Friday and I had that recorded phone call, me and you would end up talking. Okay, and now we're not even, the heat is done because I told you, I said, you know what, I'm going to take the videos down. It wasn't Friday when we talked again. It was Saturday morning. We talked again, and we were civil with each other. And when we were civil, now I'm feeling like, man, my dumb ass done reacted out of purity emotion, and this could have been bad because legitimately I tried to vilify you because I was mad. You were mad at me, I was mad at you, but ultimately I was wrong.
Well, this is the way I look at it, Joe. You know, you did what you did. You said we all make mistakes. I've made many, heaven knows. And I've been vilified for what I've done. The way I look at it is, yeah, I calmed down. You calmed me down when we talked and you said, yes, I'll take down the videos. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. I wanted my privacy. I felt that my privacy was violated and you was disrespecting my privacy. But when we talked Saturday, it took a whole toll around because I'm telling you, my wife, people around me, I was very, very bothered and angry mentally. I'm talking about, so it was a mental, emotional for me because it got to that level where I'm feeling, you know, violated. But
that's not the first time me and you have been through that, and I should have known that.
I don't think to that extent, Joe. Yes, we did. We've had, I think one time we had a really shout out, but not to this extent because it was a violation of my privacy. And it was really affecting a lot of other stuff around me. That's why it was so intense for me on my part.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm like, I mean, I'm man enough to admit this. It was scary for me.
Yeah.
It was a scary situation for me to be in. That's all I'm gonna say about.
Yeah.
But I should have known better
Yeah.
and thought, you know what, this ain't the first time me and you have been down this road. However, it was months separated since the last time we talked, and I was just like, this is...
You know what I said to myself in respect to what you're saying? First of all, it's not easy for me to step over that line with you. It isn't. Because I generated a relationship with you, Cody, and Dave. I really don't... It's easier for me to react on somebody I don't know than somebody I do know. But I also have a rule in the past. This is my past now. If somebody's going to violate you, who knows, then I have to do more evil than I would somebody I don't know because it's like they said, the worst is can be enemy is your family. And they know how to hit you. So you got to hit them right back really hard. But on this case here, Joe, it was real difficult for me and I'm glad that I didn't go over and cross that line. And it really, I thought about it and it bothered me for the fact because I said to myself, I mean, I spent time with this guy. You know, we're like family. He knows me. Why is he, and then that's even bothering me. Why is he pushing me like this?
Well,
and that's what really got me the intensity on my part. It's more of the respect nature. Because you know, where I come from is all about respect. That's all I know is about respect. You know, and I live my life with respect. And you have to respect people no matter what. You know, if there's money involved, whatever is involved, you always have to respect everybody because if you don't respect, it's just going to be chaotic afterwards. But in about this other stuff that other guys are making, I appreciate you guys making a comment, but the way I look at it, you know, he didn't make no moves with it. He didn't go any further with it. As far as I'm concerned, he's okay. He's still okay with me. I'm a gentleman, you know what I mean? Like I said, I have to make some changes in my life. And this is a proof right here of what I'm saying. That, yeah, I made change. Don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. I fly off the handle. But it's not as simple as it was before. So I'm going to take this and learn something from here myself. Okay? And so the way I look at it, everything is still the same. Nothing has changed between Joe and I. I'm not taking it personal. I could. I'm not going to take it personal because I don't want to. That's my choice. That's nobody else's. It's my choice. What he did on airing this stuff out, fine. As far as I'm concerned, no harm is done. So let bygones be bygones. That's how I would look at it, Joe. Look, whatever anybody say, that's fine. Because the way I look at it, you have done justice by me for some time now with YouTube, and I appreciate it. You know, this is not about, and even if it is going to end, which I don't believe it will, between Joe and I, but even if it was going to end, I always like to end on a good note. really, because I'm a type of guy. I got conscience. I got a conscience from my past. I don't need to create any negative conscience from here on forward. Everything on my past is the past, and what happened between Joe and I, as far as I'm concerned, just never happened. And that's just the way that's the way I'm gonna live it, because I'm not gonna keep it up here and let it run space. For what? I'm 60 years old. For what? You know what I mean? He's got to move on. He's got to continue with the show. He's doing a great. He's doing great by the viewers that do follow. And these other people, you know what I don't like? I don't like you commentators, right? That hide behind dresses, hide behind a door. We don't know who you are. And you know something? You better pray.
No, I'm sorry for saying that. Anyways, look, man, we're going to do this on a good note. It's good to see you smile. I admit my faults for sure.
It's just these commentators, they get to me and these stupid stuff, you know what I mean?
Look, Danny, I want to thank you first and foremost for agreeing to do this, because this didn't just miraculously happen. We didn't just get in the truck this morning and come see you. What people don't know is that first thing this morning, before I even did the live stream, because I do that live stream every Monday through Friday, was I called you.
Right.
And basically had to break some really crazy shit to you, telling you everything. I wasn't going to hold back anything. And ever since I've known you, my intention with you has always been to see you get to a better place. When I first met you at that job fair, that was my intention. Yeah. By me recording that phone call, I wasn't doing that to go take that to the police. I wasn't doing that for nothing like that. I was just doing that, God, I don't want to go any further with it. But I've got that phone call right now. We're not going to listen to that phone call. I am going to pull it up and show it to you. And we're going to delete that. And that's just like what you said, never even happened.
Yeah, and to me it never happened. You know what's funny? You just brought me memories. When I first met Joe, he had a camera on him. Now, of course, I've been gone for long. I don't know nothing about that.
I had a wire on me.
Yeah,
I had the microphone like yours.
Yeah, and I didn't see it. And I'm talking to him. At first, I came off kind of like, very protective. And
you didn't know me from Adam.
Yeah, and so when he told me he did time, that's when he got my attention. And this. Then he said, "Yeah, I got you on camera now." I'm like, for a minute, I said, "What is it? Was this guy agent or something? A double agent or something?" So,
well, people have made accusations saying I'm the police right now. So
no, but because I don't know anything. I mean, I don't normally have people walk up. With a camera. In fact, I don't even know. You can have this on you. Now I know what it is, but you could have had this when I first met you, and I can look straight at it and won't even know. I think it's a button. It goes to tell you, I'm really, I don't know anything's going on with technology. But yeah, like I said, Joe, I'm glad we was able to talk because like I said, I didn't want to leave everything the way it was. It bothered me. Like I said, I don't associate, I don't have friends, I like it that way because I live a simple life. I like to come home from work and just lay back. My thing is movies, TVs, and that's it. And eat good. Cook that Latin food. Other than that, very few, handful. Joe, I won't mention some names, but the guy I used to work for, and maybe two other guys, they're brothers that I work with them for this guy.
Right. I know, yeah.
And so other than that, that was my life right there. And I was happy. I was content. So like I said, I'm a simple guy, and all I want is my privacy, is a timeout. This is not forever. I have good intentions of talking something with Joe. Maybe, it's not a promise now. Don't go hold Joe hostage over this. But we're going to talk about something in the near future. I just got to solve some issues and do some discussions and see where we're at on it. And but like I said, I really do miss the viewers, the ones that followed, because I know that there's a lot of them that was following.
You couldn't imagine
my story and it really is, and that's what really bothers me too, because I'm going to share this with you. That bothers me because I never had anybody interested in me. And the ones that I had interested in me was for negative reasons, but nothing for positive to follow on a positive note. And it touches me, and this is what I feel bad, It's not that I'm walking away. Don't take it. It's a timeout. But even with a timeout and I need a break, I feel bad because and I can't say perform. I don't want to say that word perform because I don't want to make it like a business. But how can I say this? Like I'm trying to say, I miss performing for you, but it's not really performing. Because
you miss being in front of the camera, Danny. You miss being in front of the camera and know that when you're looking at that camera, who you're talking to.
Yeah, and it's not the camera, but it's really you guys. And that's, pretty much what he's saying is you guys and talking to you guys. And I kind of miss that in a sense because, and I guess why I miss it is because you care.
And we had some damn good times.
Yeah, and we had some good time. And that's why I really miss you guys because you care about me. And, with that, I send my love, and I love all of you. I really do. But I thank every one of you for following. Like I said, I don't want Joe to villain himself because he will. He'll go out there. He'll jump off a cliff just to prove a point. To be honest.
Well, to prove the point is, I got no problem admitting when I'm wrong.
Yeah,
and I was most certainly wrong for a lot of the ways that I handled a lot of things as of recently. But I wanted to come and address you like a man. I could have done this video, just me sitting in front of the camera talking about what happened to Danny. I was not wanting to do that. That's why I called you this morning and had the talk that I had with you this morning and was very grateful that you agreed to sit down and hash this out with me and explain your side of the story.
Yeah, I we talked about before, we were talking before we met here today. And, he was telling me, at first, and then I started thinking in the long run, in the picture, I wanted to do this for a reason because, just as much as he wanted to, because, to me, the show and what he's doing, even though I'm not doing any videos right now, it still means a lot to me. Because to me, when I look back in my past, the only thing I see that was really good for me, it was Joe and the crew and the viewers. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys really helped me mature.
Well, Danny, look, I greatly appreciate you taking the time to sit with us and address all of these things. That shows real growth on your part. I hope it shows some growth on my part for admitting the things that I've needed to admit to you. And I think it also offers the viewers an opportunity to hear your side. Because the last that they heard from you was when you were taking a break and nobody knew anything since then.
I can imagine what they thought.
Well, you should have imagined what they thought when I took all those videos down.
You know what's crazy is I should have read the comments and I didn't. Like I said, is even letting go of the thought that people cared out there, it wasn't easy for me. I needed a timeout, and I still do for a short minute. It won't be long. I'm not gone forever. I said that before on the last video, maybe 3 months ago, and I meant it. It's not forever. 3 months seems like a long time, though.
It definitely does.
Seems forever, but like I said, Joe and I we're talking, and hopefully we can probably make something happen. When we can't give you a definite answer, but I'm not gone forever. So, like I said, the hardest thing was to leave, the viewers, really, because, there's a lot of people. I didn't really realize that. In fact, like I said, I think it was last week. I went on YouTube and I looked at the viewers on there. I said, wow, unbelievable. It's like, as the time goes by, it just grew and grew and grew. So
people loved you, Danny, and they still love you. And
by the way, Nyeka, hi, my cousin. I got Joe here. We talk.
It's my hope that we'll be able to continue doing things with you in the future. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to rush you into anything. I will do what I should have done from the beginning, which is maintain contact with you. Mm-hmm. And we went through a major bump in the road. Mm-hmm. It wasn't the first time. God, I hope it's the last time. Mm-hmm. And I just greatly appreciate you taking the time to sit here and address this situation with me.
You know what's, I learned one thing in life, that if you don't have a bump with somebody, then you ain't friends. Because the bump is what matters. What happens after the bump, what matters. I think this is probably 3 times, maybe 4. And each time we was able to smooth things out and get back on track. This one was probably the biggest bump. Actually, it was a wall. It was a bus. It was a nasty accident, but guess what? Nobody got hurt. Everybody's good. And we're good with it. We're going to rock with it. So you guys keep rocking with us. I'll think about coming back. There's a good possibility. I just need a little time out. And I hope you guys understand. And I'll always love you. Thank you. And you other commenters, man, go do something with your life, you miserable people. For real. They ain't got nothing to say about negative stuff. I don't understand that. Really, I don't understand how can somebody just sit there and make some negative comments on other people trying to do good. You know what I'm saying?
I deal with it every day, man.
Conjure up these imaginations like there's some type of secret society behind another secret society, and then create something that's blowing smoke that's not there. I mean, you guys need a life, and I said this a long time ago. Man, that's why I don't watch soap operas. I hope you guys don't take us as soap operas. This is real stuff here.
This was real.
This is real bumping. This is real bump stuff here.
Well, again,
thank
man.
you, Joe. I appreciate you. Thank you, Cody. Dave, he ain't here. What's up, Dave? We'll talk.